Hi, Gemini. Welcome to the third week of October. I'm gonna go ahead and put these cards back, but welcome to the third week of October. We are finishing up Libra season. I should note that the Strength card was one of the cards that just popped out right when the video started. But we're finishing up Libra season, and the deck that I'm using is the Ostara Tarot. That's O-S-T-A-R-A. I'm going to go ahead and take these because the last sort of cards that fell out, the Strength card popped out again. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put those back, but I did see the Four of Wands, which just came out in Aries reading. I'm going to put that in there. Oh. Okay. So, I'm going to say right off the top that you could be dealing with an Aries because I see the King of Wands and I see the Lovers and the Four of Swords, all of which were cards that came out in Aries reading. So if you're dealing with an Aries or you have like a moon or rising in Aries, sun, moon, or rising in Aries, I would definitely go consider watching that reading just because something there could pertain to you, especially if you're dealing with another Aries, or I guess dealing with a Aries period, an Aries period. So onto your reading proper. Your overall card is the Lovers, which means that you are absolutely feeling in your energy right now. I think that a lot of you guys are really in tune with yourself. I feel like it could be rough for you sometimes because, you know, Gemini are so adaptable. You guys get a lot of flack because an unevolved Gemini has a tendency to be, you know, sort of all over the place and two-faced. But, you know, for a lot of you guys who are, like, really mature Geminis, I feel like you're kind of in a point where you've sort of stopped people-pleasing. You guys are so adaptable that you kind of do it sometimes without even meaning to. But for right now, you're really in this authentic energy. With the Strength card in Leo, I feel like you guys are really balancing out, especially if you guys are like double Gemini with your like sun and moon, because I see the sun and moon here in the Strength card, or especially if you have like a sun and moon or in Leo, I feel like you guys are really sort of like in tune with yourself this week. With the Six of Cups here, you guys are really in a place where you feel super in, I don't want to say in love, but like you're attracting your soulmate, because you have to be on a sort of high vibrational energy to attract your soulmate to begin with. And because I see the Six of Cups and the Two of Cups and the Three of Cups, like you guys are really in an energy where you're allowing that to come in. I see the 2 to the 3, which is ascension, and then 2 times 3 is 6. So I see all that energy is very like interconnected with itself. I feel like with this King of Pentacles, it's you sort of really embracing a more stable part of your personality. And what I mean by that is that you've been focusing on your finances a lot. And you're really at a point now where I feel that you feel that you're pretty stable. And I think that makes you feel good. I think that in the past, you were really worried about what other people had to say or what other people were doing to you. And that sort of caused you to shut off for a little while and just focus on yourself, which I think is good because you're making the best out of a bad situation. With this 5 of Pentacles and this 7 of Swords, I feel like somebody definitely treated you wrongly. Somebody came at you sideways with this, because the 5 of Pentacles talks about closing off your doors and leaving someone out in the cold. I feel like you could have been at a point where you really needed help and support from someone, or just like somebody's authentic self, and they lied to you. With the 7 of Swords, that's the lying, cheating, stealing card, so you could have been cheated on. Somebody could have lied to you to take advantage of you. And I just think that you are really at a point where you kind of like forgive but don't forget. Like, you're over it. It's not really affecting you anymore, but you're not going to forget it. Definitely if they came back and they were like, oh, please help me with this problem, you'd be like, no, you didn't treat me the way that I would expect it to be treated, and I'm closing my doors off to you too. I feel like if it is still on your mind and if it is still bothering you, it could be that you still are holding on to some resentment. Not necessarily like the hurt or pain from it, because I don't see any of the like 3 of Swords or like the 10 of Swords, but like you're still sort of in this energy of wanting to like exact some kind of revenge or something. And with the Tower in reverse, I'm seeing that you're holding on to that and you're not like necessarily letting it go. And I know that that's kind of a sucky message to get, but like, if you want to attract this soulmate energy, you're going to want to. You're going to want to let that go, and you're going to want to sort of manifest your best, most positive. And I feel like I was saying earlier, with this 5-7 Pentacle Sword combo, you've gone into this waiting, this resting period with the 4 of Swords. So I feel like you're coming out of that. You're coming out of this period, and now you're going into this 6 of Cups, the 6 of Cups to me talks about childhood. It talks about feeling nostalgic. It talks about feeling like a kid again, you know, sort of like experiencing that feeling of falling in love for the first time. I feel like a lot of you guys are there right now. Because with this 2 of Cups, the 2 of Cups talks about soulmates. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier specifically that's tied to this card, but, you know, each of you guys have a cup and you're not afraid to share with each other. And I think that that's, you know, some level of intimacy that a lot of people don't really know how to handle. And I feel like at this point you've learned to handle it. And you're not going to settle for anyone who is not on your level. But like I was saying, with the 6 of Cups, sometimes it talks about people from the past. Let me structure that a little differently. 6 of Cups talks about soulmates as well. However, sometimes it can just talk about someone from the past. And with this 3 of Cups here, 3 of Cups usually talks about reunion. Or just like there being 3 people in general. So, I feel like with those two energies together, and like I was saying, they're intertied with each other. Like, you could be at a point where you're bringing someone back that you have history with. And I feel like for some of you, you might be really ecstatic to hear that. And for some of you, you might be cringing and really not wanting this person in your life. The decision is always yours. You get to decide what you do. After all, you are in this overall lover's energy. So love is in your mind, but you're also super strong in your element. So you get to decide. And with the strength card, like I was saying, whatever event happened in your past that triggered this Five of Pentacles and made you feel like the Seven of Swords was thrusted onto you, you're really moving past that. Also, I should note that I saw 1010 on my clock just now, so on my timer on the video. So Aries, I believe, also got. I also saw 1010 on the timer. So, like I said, there might be something important for you to see there. But lastly, I want to talk about this King of Wands. You guys are really at a point where you're feeling powerful because you have two kings. You have the kings of stability and the king of passion. So I feel like you're at a point where you are really working towards your goals. Like, you know what you want. You don't have to sit here and like fantasize and think about what you're manifesting because you already know. And with the strength card, like, even no matter how many times it doesn't work out, you know what you want and you're not going to settle for less. So I looked at the clock again and it's at 11:11. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you might be seeing a lot of synchronicities. So definitely, keep a positive outlook on life, because even though, this person may have hurt you in the past and they were less than trustworthy, but you still trusted them anyway and you were hurt and betrayed by that. Like, I see that you're a strong person. I see it here clear as day with the strength card being the first card that popped out, and it even popped out twice. Like, you guys are going to do just fine. I have full faith in you. So, Gemini, that was your third week of October reading. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing or leaving a like or a comment. And I hope to see you guys next week for your fourth reading of October.